session. Let's get started. So now look at today's schedule. We'll be having a presentation. In the meanwhile, we'll be discussing about introduction of Android development and intro about Android study jams, also overview of Android Studio and basics of Kotlin programming language. Okay, now tell me what's your favorite programming language and why? Let me check the comment box. Okay, well, uh, my favorite language is Java because Java is simple to learn and it has a simpler syntax, which makes a Java programming language easier to master it. And one of the biggest reasons why Java is so popular is it is platform independent, and programs can run on several different types of computers. And Java is fundamentally object oriented, and even the syntax and lines of code is too long. My favorite language is Java. So now let's look at mobile ecosystem industry trends. So as we know, world is changing with ecosystem and transforming into a digital world. Also, COVID-19 had a lot of impact on ecosystem in the world. As we know, a lot of people lost their jobs, and this impact has advantages as well as many disadvantages. And COVID-19 uncertainties continue to affect consumer buying confidence, and consumers are still more cautious on spending essential instead of luxury items. And also, well-known smartphone assembler Foxconn shut down its factories in China in February 2020. And also, due to lockdown and social distancing, online channel sales are expected to reach 23% this year, but there is only 3% increase from last year. And smartphone users in India are expected to reach over 760 million by the end of 2021. And India is a mobile first market. It's an advantage, right? So, so now look at this. Android is a vibrant ecosystem. Why is it so? Because more than 2.5 billion global active devices, Android continues to thrive as an innovative and mobile platform built for everyone. And developers create amazing digital experiences for Android users across the world. And 2.5 billion active users are currently there, and 2 plus billion monthly play users, and 116 plus billion downloads over last 12 months from Google App Store. So now tell me what is this Android means. Anyone knows that? Let me check the comment box. Okay, Hemant, yeah. Okay, well, so Android is an open source operating system for mobile devices such as smartphone and tablet. And the first version of this Android, it's a trial version. So it was released by Google in 2007. And the first original version, that is Android 1.0, was released later in 2008. So now tell me what is Android development? Anyone knows that? Yeah, Harsha. Android development is the process where applications are created for devices running with Android operating system. And Android apps can be written using Kotlin, Java, as well as C++. Using this Android software development kit. So here we are going to develop the apps using Kotlin programming language. So now let's discuss about importance of Android development. Right? People started using smartphones in an increasing manner. In fact, people own more than one smartphone these days. Also, this Android app development plays an important role in business world. It has to be accepted that OS became a deciding factor to buy a smartphone. Like we plan to buy a phone, whether its operating system is of Android or iOS. Also, we know that Android is one of the most popular smartphone operating systems in the world. So people pretend to buy this Android OS smartphone in a greater number. Also, there are a number of Android applications being developed and released in Play Store. In today's trend, it is wise that every business like Zomato, Swiggy, whether it's any e-commerce website like Amazon, Flipkart, also payment business like Paytm, Google Pay, Phone Pay, they should have a mobile app as people are more interested towards smartphones rather than using desktop. So nowadays companies are looking forward for Android developers with proper Android training. And one fact is that Android training in Chennai is receiving greater response than all other states in our country. Now, let's see the benefits of Android operating system. We know, right, Android and Linux based operating systems has become more popular over past few years, and the benefits of Android operating system is more when it comes to the usage of apps. And in recent times, Android based devices has greater response. uh, Android is the most popular operating system in the world, as we know, over 2.5 billion active users over 190 different countries in the world. And one main feature about Android is integration of Google and services like Mail, YouTube, and more. Also, it is well known for feature of running multiple apps at the same time. No matter if you change the devices, Android allows you to synchronize with your phone. So, what are the main advantages of Android application development? As we know, modern companies are seeking to expand their business into a digital world, and more companies invest in development of websites, software, and more. And mobile devices today are so advanced that they were pretty much carry mini computers in our pockets. And increasingly use of smartphone and tablets in recent years has made business increasingly invest in mobile applications. And most popular and widely used platform for creating mobile applications are Android and as well as iOS. And Google's App Store is the most visited digital market, and companies around the world already have their apps that make it easier for customers and employees to work. And they also often bring significant revenue to their owners. And one thing I would say, if you're planning to create your own mobile software, I advise you to initially choose Android software application development. Now let's see the career in Android development. As we know, the expansion is increasing in demand for mobile application developers, and currently they have a lot of opportunities for employment. And 2018 is the year where smartphone market is rapidly increased. uh, the reasons why career in Android development can change your trajectory are, currently there are 2.5 billion users, and recent article noted that about 1 lakh additional app developer jobs are announced then current Android development are working, and hence Android developer jobs are pretty high, so you can easily choose Android development as our career. Now let's discuss about job positions in Android development. As we know that mobile device market is growing at dangerous speeds, This this growth is feeding magnified demand for application developers, and the rise of mobile is making bunch of employment opportunities for each company and mobile developers, because smartphones and tablets continuously modify the people to communicate, to business shop and access news and more. And India has around 748 million sensible phone users presently, and the amount of these users is projected to travel above 1 billion by 2022 in our country. And number of foremost widespread industries hiring mobile app developers like Embody Game Studios, and advertising and promoting corporations, media corporations, government agencies, and money establishments, software system corporations, and agencies. The job marketplace for Android application developer is anticipated to making over 150,000 plus new positions by 2024. Now let's see the different job roles in Android development. That is mobile application developer, Android application developer, Java application developer. So let's have a question. Why learn Android app development? Everyone gets this question in your mind, right? So I'll clear that. As we know, app developers usually work with different departments and understand and integrate their ideas into products, soft skills such as communication skill, teamwork, listening, writing, and more. As an app as an app developer, you will work in an ever-changing environment, and thus knowledge of trends in Android, competitors' behavior, and new technologies and customer requirements should also kept in your mind. Performing essential daily tasks like paying bill, calculation, learning, shopping, and making online transactions is possible only with well-built apps. So an Android OS runs on numerous devices of different brands and is thus largely popular among users, developers, and brands. So Android app developers and brands work closely to design innovative and easy to use, so to increase customer conversion, retention, and loyalty, uh, Android apps should have advanced features like notification system, social integration, personalization, indoor maps, payment gateway, and advanced analytics, barcode scanner, etc. So these are possible uh, with only well-built apps. So customers' growing dependencies on mobile app and brands' willingness to develop world-class applications is leading to surge in job opportunities for Android app developers. So knowledge of this open source and easy to learn OS featuring a huge customer base could help you find more job opportunities over different industries in Android development. Now let's see the in-demand skills to become a Android app developer. Proficiency in technical skills is must, and you should have knowledge of Kotlin and its concepts like operator, string, functions, arrays, and also exceptional handling, oops. Also, you should have basic knowledge of Android Studio and backend programming skills. Also, basics of XML, and you should know Android SDK. Now let's discuss about Android developer salary. So we don't continuously wish to admit, however vital the cash is. However, let's be honest. Android developers bill between 52.4k dollars and 136k dollars as an average in US dollars. That's good, right? So let's look at average salaries for mobile application developers in India over various MNCs. Are like TCS providing pay ranges from 12 to 13 lakhs, and OTS solutions from 8 to 9, Increst software from 95 lakhs to 1 crore, Limeroad, LTI, and Novite Technologies from 80 to 87 lakhs. Okay, let's start with what are Android study jams. Android study jams are community organized study groups for people to do hands on learning for Android application development. And Android Basics is a series of sessions focused specifically on learning how to build Android apps without prior Android experience. So let's get started. Now let's see learning objectives that we learn from this program. So we'll able to learn the essentials of Kotlin programming language, which will build a variety of Android apps and best practices for Android development. Also, we'll discover more resources to continue learning. Now let's see the prerequisites. We need to have a computer with a better internet connection, an Android device, and USB cable, which is optional because we use Android emulator, which is a virtual device in our Android Studio. And installing Android Studio is must. Let's see the opportunities from Android study jams. So we'll let you to build Android apps and solve real world problems, get guidance to optimize and deploy on Google Play, and opportunity to certify yourself. So start your journey as an Android app developer. So how do you start? So get down to this link and get started your career as an Android developer. So why do you need a developer profile? You need a developer profile to collect your badges, showcase your achievements, and share your achievements. So your journey in this Android study jams will look like this. So you will start completing all the units, and there are pathways in each unit, and each pathway has a quiz. So after completing the quiz, you will earn badges, and the badges can be seen in your developer profile. So yeah, these are the apps you are going to develop after completing this whole course. So the apps like create your first Android app, build a basic layout, add a button to an app, like get user input, scrollable list, and navigation between screens, architecture components, coroutines, display data from internet, and database like SQL, room database, and flow. Use room data for persistence. Next, schedule tasks with work manager. So yes, this is the website for Android study jams. Sign in there and collect your first badge. Harsha, you can please share the link to them in the chat box.
Yeah, sure. Give me a minute, man. I will be sharing.
Okay. Okay. Let's start with Android study jams. So Android basics in Kotlin. So you will learn here. You will learn the basics of building Android apps with the Kotlin programming language and develop a collection of simple apps to start your journey as an Android developer. So yeah, these are the 6 units in this course, and each unit has some pathways. Yeah, these are the pathways. So in a pathway, there are some activities, and also yeah, below them you will be having some videos, and also there is a code lab in which assists you step by step process to develop apps and concepts. So you can take help of them. So after completing these all activities, you should take a quiz. So after completing the quiz, you will earn badges, and those badges can be seen in your developer profile. This is your developer profile. So let me show you the Android study jumps. Yeah, this is the Android basics in Kotlin. There are 6 units. Just explore them. Yeah, yeah, these are the pathways. So explore them. These are the different activities that you will be having. Like you will be having these links. You can take help of them, and after completing these all activities, you should take the quiz. So yeah, this is the quiz. This pathway has a quiz of 6 questions. So in order to pass this quiz, you need to answer at least some 4 to 5 questions out of 6. So after submitting them, you will be earning badges, and the badges can be seen in your developer profile. So sign in here, and you can earn badges, and badges can be seen in your profile. So this is my developer profile. So these are the badges. Also you can tag favorite badges here. So yeah, let's continue. Yeah, after completing this course, you will be earning a certificate, and based on your performance and badges that you have earned, we'll be providing a certificate to you. So let's get started. Okay, now let's start with what is Android Studio. Anyone knows that? Let me check the comment box. Yes, okay. Yeah, I'll tell. Android Studio is the official integrated development environment for Android app development based on IntelliJ IDEA. And on the top of IntelliJ's powerful code editor and developer tools, Android Studio offers even more features that enhance your productivity while building Android apps, such as it has a gradable build system and fast feature-rich emulator and unified environment. And you can apply changes to push your code and resource changes to your running app. So we'll be having code templates, and also GitHub integration. Mm, and it is well built in support for Google Cloud Platform, making it easier to integrate Google Cloud messaging app engine. Now let's see the Android Studio overview after creating a new project. So this is an overview of Android Studio. So we'll be having different folders here: manifest, Java, REST, and inside REST there are some folders, inner folders like drawable, layout, map, values, and Gradle script. So let us discuss them in detail. So the manifest file. This is where you would put your manifest files, and most Android apps have single manifest file, but an app may have several manifest files due to application versioning, and a manifest.xml file is generated inside manifest folder by Android Studio when you create a new project, and this file contains the configuration parameters of project such as permissions and connecting to internet and additional libraries. And a manifest file also provides information to the OS and also Google Store about your app. Next, next is Java folder. So what is this Java folder? So this is a folder in your project where you will be storing all of your source code files, which is written in Kotlin or Java programming language. So main activity.kt is automatically created in this folder by Android Studio. So all of your classes will be available here, and Android Studio will even bundle together the package path so that you can work with the files. And below them there is a rest folder. It contains several folders that help you to separate and sort the resources, and resources basically mean all the needed files except source code. For example, while developing an app, you need to include some resource files such as app logo, photos, videos, or sounds, animations. So each file type should be added to its own folder with Android development standards. And when you use Android Studio to create new application, some folders will be automatically generated for you. So let's see the inner folders uh, in rest. So that is first is drawable. So it contains the graphics that can be drawn to the screen, like example image and various XML drawable clips, and image files like PNG, JPG, and GIFs, and also some draggable shapes and state list transition drawable, and also it is predetermined frame animations also can be placed in this drawable folder. Now let's look at this layout folder. So layout folder contains XML files used for your layouts. So these files are used to set up the layout for your components, widgets, and similar resources that are used for user interface of your application. So activity main.xml is automatically created in this folder by Android Studio, and layout folder may have multiple layout folders to handle different devices. Next comes the map folder. So MipMap folder contains the launcher icon files for the app, and also launcher icon is a graphic that represent your app to users. And MipMap folder was introduced in Android 4.3 version. Next is values folder. This values folder contains XML files and contains simple values such as strings, integers, and color folders. So value folder is used to keep track of the values you will be using in your application. So instead place values in XML files inside of values folder. When you create a new project in with Android Studio, the following XML files will be created. Those are colors, strings, styles, and etc. Let's come to this Gradle skip. So APK files are built using this Gradle builder system, which is integrated in Android Studio. When we run an Android app, the Gradle build scripts are automatically created. And if you have special requirements for your project, you can specify these requirements here. And Gradle scripts folders contains the scripts used to build the app, like configuration files, properties files, and setting files. Next, you can see a window here, palette, right? Yeah. So what is palette? Android Studio palette contains various different views that we can drag onto our design editor. So representing the display of Android Studio device. So it is a point of interaction between app and user. Also, Android Studio palette contains different text, button, widgets, layout, containers, etc. So these views are divided into categories. So these are the different categories. So first is text. Text, it contains a predefined text views for different types of text inputs such as password, mail, date, time, number, and email. So next comes button. So it represent a widget that register when the screen is touched within its bounds. For example, we'll be having some toggle button, checkbox, radio button, switch, image button. Next is layouts. We'll be having different types of layouts, uh, and a layout defines a visual structure for user interface, such as UI for an activity. And different types of layouts are constraint layout, linear layout, relative layout, frame layout, and grid layout. Next is widgets. So widgets are an essential aspect of home screen customization. Example of widgets are a progress bar, seek bar, rating bar, image view, and video view, etc. So next window is this component tree. So what is a component tree? It shows the hierarchy of components in your layout. Nothing but what we drag to our layout. So here inside constraint layout, there is a text view and has a text like hello world. So here there is a window called attributes. So what are these attributes? Android Studio supports a variety of different XML attributes in the tools namespace that enable design time features, like such as which layout to show in a fragment, or compile time behaviors such as shrinking mode to apply your XML resources. And we'll be discussing this in deeper while developing our apps in our next session. So next is Android emulator. So what is this mean? So Android emulator simulates Android devices on your computer so that you can test your application on a variety of devices and Android API levels without needing to have each physical device. The emulator provides almost all the capabilities of a real Android device. Next is what is user interface? So, user interface is a part of your app where the user interacts with it. Next is what is meant by a layout? A layout defines the structure of for a user interface in your app, such as in an activity, and all elements in the layout are built using views. So yeah, this is a view, and a view usually draws something the user can see and interact with it. So we can also call as a collection of different views is also called as a layout. Next is a view group. So view group is a collection of views, for example like text view, edit text, list view, and etc. So somewhat it is like a container. So a view object is a component of the user interface like a button or text box, and it is also called as a widget. So next, these are the different types of layouts like frame layout, linear, and constraint. So what is frame layout? It is a layout designed to block out an area on the screen to display an single item. So generally, frame layout should be used to hold a single child view because it can be difficult to organize child views in a way so that's scalable to different screen sizes without the child overlapping each other. So next is linear layout. So linear layout is a view group that aligns all the children in a single direction, whether it is vertically or horizontally. So next, also you can specify the direction of it, whether it's horizontal or vertical. Next is constraint layout. It is a view group which allows you to position and size widgets in a flexible way. So, and this constraint layout is available as a support library that you can use an Android system starting with the API level 9. So we can see here the different types of views. So text view, there is text view, image view, and a button. Yeah, this is the way to declare layouts in XML files. So there is a text view which represents the text hello world, and its width and height are adjusted to wrap content. So what is wrap content? It means the view wants to be just large enough to fit its own content, taking its own padding into account. Just it means just adjusting itself with the content present in the view. Yeah, these are the different parts in Android Studio, as we already seen in detail about them. Yeah. Now let's start with concept overview of Kotlin. So tell me, what is Kotlin? Anyone knows that? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Kotlin is an expressive, statically typed language for development on Android and server, and it was introduced in 2010 by JetBrains, the team behind IntelliJ. It is free, open source, and has been used by over 5.8 million developers around the world. So yeah, Kotlin is a modern programming language that helps developers to be more productive. Wow, Kotlin is one of the popular and most loved languages in the world, as it beats fine programming languages like Java, JavaScript, database languages like SQL, and web like HTML, CSS. Yeah. During an internal survey, 50% of developers mentioned that they would provide smaller estimations if the module was written in Kotlin. Yeah, it was said by Android Tech Lead from Flipkart. Yeah. So 70% of top 1000 apps contain Kotlin code. Great, right? And 60% of professional Android developers use Kotlin. Yeah, wow. Even Google too uses Kotlin in their apps like Drive, Maps, Google News, Play Store, and Google Pay. And 60 more apps are built using Kotlin programming language. Great, right? Now let's see the benefits of Kotlin. So it is expressive and concise, and it has a safer code. It is interoperable with Java and has structured concurrency. Yeah, Android development is Kotlin first. So why is it so? So in 2019, they announced that Android development will be increasingly Kotlin first, and they have stood by that commitment. And Kotlin is an expressive and concise programming language that reduces common code errors and easily integrates into existing apps. So, yeah. Kotlin officials has provided us with a coding platform to practice this Kotlin programming language. This is the overview of Kotlin Playground. Harsha, you can post the playground link in the chat box.
I posted in the comment section. Please go through that link.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, these are the important concepts that will be covered in this session, like functions, arguments, strings, collections, filter, map, list, ranges, null safety, also some OOP concept. So let's get started. So we start with hello world program in any programming language, right? So let's start this with this one too. So here fun is a keyword representing a function, and main is a method in which compiler starts executing from this main method. And main function in Kotlin is the entry point of a Kotlin program. And yeah, this main function in Kotlin can be related to the main function in Java as well as C language. So println uh, is a keyword for printing the contents present in it to the console or to the screen. And Kotlin in Kotlin there is no need of a semicolon after completing the statement, because the Kotlin compiler usually recognizes the end of a statement without even without an explicit semicolon. For example, a line break. So the general rule in Kotlin is not to use semicolons. So you can see how the hello world program is running, and the output is here presenting a statement called hello world. Now let's see how a variable is declared in Kotlin. And yeah, and it's not mandatory to declare a variable data type to it. For example, here there is a variable length which is of value 5, and it is of type integer, but we haven't declared the data type of it. Also a variable message has a statement called welcome. So this is of type string, even uh, we don't uh, we don't define its data type. Yeah, now let's see variable declarations with the data type. So here the variable counter is of type int and has value of 5. Same here, uh, a variable name is of type string, has a value of a hello world statement. Yeah, there are two types of variables. One is mutable and other is immutable. And a immutable variable uh, will start with val, and mutable variable will start with var. Difference between them is immutable variable is one whose value cannot be changed. Also, it's known as unchangeable. And on the other hand, mutable variable can be changed in the further lines of code, like the value of a counter can be changed, whether it's to 6 or 7 in the further lines of code, but we cannot change this this string hello world to any other string. Now let's see the if else ladder. Yeah, this syntax look like same as in Java, right? So if the score is less than 20, here score is a variable. If its value is less than 20, low is printed. And if the score is greater than 20, it comes to the else if ladder, and here if the score is less than 70, medium is printed. Else if these both statements were wrong, then else block is executed. So if the score is not less than 20, and if the score is not less than it's is not less than 70, then it comes to else block and high is printed here. And in Kotlin we'll be having when keyword, so it's same as switch statement in Java. So we'll be declaring a variable number, its value is of 2. So when x, sorry, let me change it this to x. Yeah, so val x is equal to 2. So when the x value is 1, uh, 1 is printed. And else if the value of 2 is value of x is 2, 2 will be printed. If these both statements were wrong, else is executed and invalid number is being printed. Yeah. Now let's come to functions. Do you know what are functions? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, well, functions are supported by all the modern programming languages, and they are also known as methods. So, at a broadcast level, a function takes some input, which is called parameters, and performs certain actions on these inputs, and finally returns a value. And let's take a function add. It has two parameters, a and b, both of type integers, and this whole function returns returns a value which is also of type data type. So it will be returning a plus b, so a plus b value will be passed to the function call when the add function is called, and a plus b is of type integer. Yeah, also let's see this function display, which doesn't have any parameters, and whole function will not return anything because its type is of unit. Unit is nothing but void in Java or C. So it doesn't return anything and just prints a statement called welcome. Yeah, now let's see how to define a class in Kotlin, and this topic comes under OOPS concepts. So, by the definition of OOP, a class is a blueprint of a runtime entity, and object is its stable, which includes both behaviors and state. In Kotlin, class declaration consists of a class header and a class body surrounded by curly braces, similar to Java. And class is a keyword here for defining a class, and it has a function hello, which prints a hello world statement when it calls. And yeah, now let's come to main function. Mm, we so this is the object creation. So in Kotlin, object is a special class that only has one instance. So if you create a class with the object keyword instead of class, the Kotlin compiler makes the constructor private and creates static reference for the object. So we can create an object using this reference of this class A. So here an instance is created to access the methods or functions inside the class. So this object s dot hello is a method to call a function inside a class. So s dot hello, this will print the hello world statement. Now let's discuss about constructors and their parameters. So a constructor is a special member function that is invoked when an object of class is created, primarily to initialize variables. And a class needs to have a constructor. If we don't need to declare a constructor, then the compiler generates a default constructor. So let's define a class square, also called as constructor, has a parameters val of data type integer, and also yeah, also we'll be having a main method. So, and when we create an object here for it, and it here the value side of the square class will be some 10, and this 10 is passed to the constructor. And in the main method we'll be accessing the property of a constructor using this method, like dollar flower braces s dot side. So side is 10, so 10 will be printing. So the output is side is of length 10. Now yeah, also we can see different collection framework in Kotlin, like set and list, set and map. So now let's come to Kotlin playground and discuss the rest of the concepts. Yeah, now let's discuss some data types and declaring data type of a variable. So let's write our main function. So in this function, now create a variable some a of type int, has a value of some 5, and declare other variable b of type some double, has a value of some 7, 8.77. Val c type character, some character a. Also let's declare a string as a value hello. Let's try to print them. Println. Let's print a string. String is $d. So no need of semicolon after the print statement. Let's try to print them. Yeah, string is hello. Next, let's try to print a character. Character is $C is a variable. Yeah, character is a. So these are the different data types: int, double, float, character. Also we'll be having boolean, some true. It's trying to print e. Yeah, character is a, and print ln e is a variable of type boolean and its value is true. So true is printing here. So now let's discuss about arrays. Like this we can also write the we can write the comments in Kotlin. So let's discuss about arrays. So in Kotlin, arrays are not a native data type, but a mutable collection of similar items which are represented by array class. And in most of the languages, array elements should be of same data type, But in Kotlin, we can have a array containing data with different data types. So it means we can store integers, strings, characters, etc. in the same array. Also, it has some properties like arrays are zero index based, and first element will have index 0, and the last index of an array is some length -1. So the size of array is fixed, and it cannot be increased or decreased after the declaration of array. Next, arrays are mutable, as array elements can be changed after declaration. So we can use the library function array of to create an array by passing the value of elements. So let's declare a variable of so to create an array we should use the predefined method array of. Let's insert some values. So it supports different data types, so let me add a character. Also, let me add a hello, a string. So try to print them. Println. So to print a particular index value of an array, we need to put this square brackets inside it, and uh, let me access the second indexed element in the array. I'm printing it. Yeah, C is printed here. So now let's yeah, different types of arrays. So we can also declare an array of a specific data type like int. So we'll be having an elements 2 3 5. Try to print them. A of 4, not 4, 1. Yeah, 2 is printed. So not only int, we can also declare an array of type string. So we are able to insert only the string values like hey, hello, and some great. Let's try to print them. Yeah, hello is being printed as the index of this element is 1. So now let's look at a for loop. So what is a for loop? Kotlin for loop is used to iterate a part of program several times, and it iterates through arrays, ranges, collections, or nothing or anything that provides for iteration. And Kotlin for loop is equivalent to for loop for each loop in C hash language. So here we'll use yeah, here we'll use the ranges function to iterate using for loop. So what is a range function? Kotlin range, it's defined as an interval from start value to end value, and the range expression are created with the two dots operator. Let me write them. Range will be declared using two dots. Mm, okay, let it be. So uh, I'll write for loop. The syntax of for loop, like, so for I in A, I'll print the elements. So I'll print I. Yeah, like this. All the elements present in array hey, hello, great were printed using an for loop. So let's take example of range function. Let me declare the starting value is 1 and ending value is some 10. Let's try to print them. So yeah, 1 to 10, these are the numbers that starting from 1 and ending to 10 being printed. So now let's look at while loop. So what is a while loop? It consists of a block of code and a condition. So first of all, the condition is evaluated, and if it is true, then it executes the code within the block, and it repeats until the condition becomes false, because every time the condition is checked before entering into the block. So let me write a while loop. While before that, let me declare a variable which is var a. It's an mutable variable of type int, as a value of 5. So while a is less than or equal to 5, I'm going to print a, and after completion of a loop, I'll be incrementing the value of a, so that before yeah, let's see the output. Sorry, let me declare this as 1. Yeah, from 1 to 5, the numbers being printed. So after each iteration, the value of a is increasing by 1. So a plus plus is nothing but when first in the first iteration, the value of a is 1, and it's being printed, 1 is being printed, and later a is increasing to 1, so the value of a will be 2 now. So again comes to loop, and 2 will be printed, same like this. Again, increment operator increases the value of a by 1, so up to 5, when the condition for the fifth iteration, the value of a will be 5. So so there, 5 less than or equal to 5, the loop is accepted and 5 is printed. Also next, the a is incremented to 6. So when a value is 6, here in the while loop, uh, when the while when the value of when the value is 6, uh, the while loop doesn't allow the variable to enter into the loop. So from 1 to 5, only the numbers are being printed. Now let's look at do while loop. So first of all the statements in this do while loop is executed, and then the condition is evaluated. So if the condition is true, the block of code is executed again. The process of execution of a code block repeated as long as the expression evaluates to true. And if the expression becomes false, the loop terminates and transfers control to the statement next to do while loop. So let me write a do while loop. Variable do. I'll print a, then I'll increment it by 1. Then I'll write while loop while a less than or equal to 5. Same, all the looping statements were same. Yeah, here also the numbers from 1 to 5 are being printed. So when the value of a is 6, the loop terminates. Yeah, now let's discuss about continue and break statements in Kotlin. So Kotlin continue statement is used to repeat the loop, and it continues the current flow of program and skips the remaining code at a specific condition. And the continue statement with a nested loop only affects the inner loop. So let me write a for loop for I in some 1 to 5. So if the value of I is 4, I'll continue. Then I'll print say, sorry, I. So when the value of I is 4, only for one iteration, uh, the block is terminated. So if we place a break here, yeah, it will be printing from 1 to 3. And at the I value, when the I value is 4, the whole loop is being terminated, and iteration also doesn't participate here. Now let's discuss about collections. Collections, yeah. Similar to Java collections, Kotlin has also introduced the concept of collections. And collection usually contains a number of objects of same type, and these objects in the collection are called elements. And there are different types of collections. First of all, there are two types of collections. One is immutable, and other is mutable. So for immutable, uh, example of list of, set of, map of, and yeah. Examples for mutable collections: mutable list of, mutable set of, sorry, mutable map of. So now let's discuss in detail about them. So first is list of. So it's a list is a collection of items with a specific order, and there are two types of lists in Kotlin. One is a read-only list, that is list of which cannot be modified after you create it. So and other type is a mutable list. So this mutable list can be modified after you create it, meaning you can add elements or remove or update its elements, etc. Now look at set. So set interface is a generic unordered collection of elements, and it doesn't support or contain any duplicate elements. And Kotlin supports two types of sets. That one is mutable and other is immutable. Same as here, mutable can be changed, immutable cannot be changed once after it was created. Let's look at a map. So map is a collection which contains pairs of object. So map holds the data in the form of key value pairs, which consists of a key and a value. So map keys are unique, and the map holds only one value for each key. So multiple pair have same key, then map will return last pair value. So map is also of two types. One is immutable and other is mutable. Let's declare a variable for implementation of list of. Let's create a list as it is a collection of different data type elements. We can create any. We can add any characters, strings like hello. Now try to print them using for loop for I in a println I. Yeah, these are the three elements present in the list. One is one character G and a string hello. So we can also specify the data type of a list. For example, let me declare it as a int. So let me insert some values 1 2 3 4, try to print them. Yeah, 1 2 3 4 are being printed. So if I want to add some more elements in this list A, it will gives me an error. Let me try that. A dot add some element 5. Yeah, unresolved reference add. So why is it so? Because list is immutable and cannot be updated once when it is created. So to avoid this error, let me declare it as mutable list. So mutable list. So I'm adding an element. Yeah, see, 5 will be adding at the end of the list. So these are the difference between mutable list and normal list. Now let me come to set off. Yeah, a variable A, which is a collection of sets of type integer, and these are the elements. So try to print them. Sorry, try to print them. One them numbers from 1 to 4 are being printed. Let me try to add an element to the set. Yeah, also this gives an error. So let me make it as mutable set. Yeah, mutable set of type integer C. Yeah, the numbers from 1 to 5 are being printed. So it has various methods like add, delete. So now let's come to map. Let me declare a variable map of. Yeah, we should specify, as it is a key value pair, we should specify data type of key as well as some value. So data type of keys integer, and value is of type string. So let me insert values. So one is of type integer, and sorry, two, a string called hello, and comma, let me insert another value 2 to string like hey. Yeah, so use for loop. Print I. So here we need to mhm, let me try to print keys. Yeah, these are the keys. So keys are 1 2. Oh, so they are printed. Let me make it as values. So yeah, hello and hey are printed. So let me try to add some more elements to this map. Map dot put some value 3 comma one more string, some great. Yeah, try to print them. It will gives me an error because it is not mutable. Let me declare it as a mutable map. Try to put, yeah, the values are being printed, hello, hey, and great. So next, now let's comes to now let's come to function. So what is a function? Functions are supported by all modern programming languages, and they are also known as methods. Yeah. So functions is it it takes some input which is called parameters and performs certain actions on these inputs. Finally, returns a value. Let me declare a function add, which doesn't have any parameters. Also, it doesn't have any return type. Where a is of value 3. Let me declare where b some 4. Where c, where this a plus b is being this addition of a plus b will be storing in c, and try to print c. Let me print add is dollar c. uh, to print this, we need to call this add function here. So, and the addition is 7. It's being printed. So now let me declare two parameters here. One is a of type integer, comma b of type also integer, and this a and b are the values which comes from the function call. So add, let me call this function with some two values, 2 comma 3. 2 comma 3 are being stored in a and b, and a and b are added and stored in this variable c, and c is being printed. So add is 5. Now let's also declare an return type of function that is integer. So in order to return a value, we should have return keyword, return a plus b. Yeah, and 2 comma 3 are the values, so it comes from function call, and try to print in this main function. Try to print. Yeah, 5 is being printed. These are the different types of functions, uh, with parameters, without parameters, with return type, and without return type. So one more concept, which is uh, special concept in Kotlin, is null safety. So Kotlin null safety is a procedure to eliminate the risk of null reference, and Kotlin compiler throws null pointer exception immediately if it found any null argument is passed without executing any other statement. So we'll be having a non-type and a non-nullable type. So normally types of strings are not nullable. To make the string which holds null value, we have to explicitly define them by putting a question mark behind the string. So let me define main function, and in main let me declare a variable s of type string, which is a nullable type. So we need to put a question mark here and initialize it hello. Then so now make this as nullable and try to print it as, yeah, null is being printed because we have declared the string s as a nullable type. If we remove this question mark and try to make this s string as a null, will raise an exception, right? Null cannot be a value of a non-nullable type string because the string is of type non-nullable, and s cannot be assigned with its with null value. So we need to put a question mark behind a string, so it will be null. Okay. Oh, time is exceeded from 8 to. Hello, Harsha. Mm,
So the rest of the, like, we are left with few concepts in Kotlin. Those are the
yeah,
OOPS.
yeah.
Due to short of time, we will be covering those in the next session. I think we can plan the next session on 5th December.
Okay.
So, hmm, so let's wrap up for today. So everyone, so the recording will be provided for the info session in the WhatsApp group. So also it is recommended to install Android Studio and also go through the developer profile and the resources which were provided, and make sure to install the Android Studio, and also practice Kotlin in the Kotlin playgrounds. Any queries, doubts regarding the session? Feel free to, or even you can speak. Like, you can mention in the chat if you want to speak something. Like, we will be giving the host access. Any doubts, guys? Feel free to ask in the chat section. Also, you can provide feedback regarding the session. Like, did you guys like the session? Like, did you gain any insights regarding Android development? Also, Kotlin. Like, what do you think about the session? Today's session. Yeah, it's a single code base for Android devices. Yes. Like Android is vast. Like we have many devices, right? Like smartphones, watches, TV, even cars. Like, so it's a single code base. Put in the chat section. We are ready to answer. Also, don't forget to install Android Studio. So the Android Studio video link has been shared in the comment section, comment box, and also we'll be sharing in the WhatsApp group. So if you have if you face any issues while installing Android Studio, like, we will be uh, mentioning a particular time where we can meet in college and resolve those issues. Probably in the evening time, we will be sharing the venue and the time when you meet us. So please do install the Android Studio. We will be there for 10 more minutes. So if you have any doubts, so you can ask in the comment section, or you may leave. Also, please don't forget to fill the feedback form which you will receive by today night. Let us know in the comments, guys. Like, do you guys like the session? Like, did you learn anything? Any feedbacks?